to abide by their own truth. And so that might mean if you're in a job, let's say, where you don't have freedom of expression, you get your resume or your CV polished up so that if necessary, you could make a lateral move relatively quickly. Maybe you send out some job applications just to test the market. And if you're not marketable, maybe you pop up your skills. And then maybe if you're in a position where you're vulnerable because someone else has got control over your tongue, maybe you work real hard to put some other ground under your feet so that you can't be taken out so easily. Like when I opposed the Bill C-16 in Canada, the mandatory pronoun bill, like I knew that would cause a psychological epidemic. I told the Senate that back in 2017. I said, you guys don't know what you're doing here. You're going to confuse a lot of adolescent young women, and for every girl you hypothetically save who has body dysmorphia, and that'll be a vanishingly small number of people who are actually saved, you're going to doom like 300. Of course, that's exactly what's happened. That's why the Tavistock clinic shut down in the UK, and so there was that. But I also had set myself up, because I had 3 streams of income. I had my university salary, I had a clinical practice, and I had a business. And that wasn't accidental. I knew from my clinical practice that if you wanted to say what you had to say, you had to put yourself in a position where you couldn't be easily taken out by the mob or the tyrant. And then I would say, well, if you're not in a position where you can afford to say what you have to say, then that's an indication that you haven't positioned yourself optimally existentially, haven't positioned yourself optimally in life. Your foundation is too weak. And so, maybe it'll take you 3 years to fix that, so that now you're grounded firmly so that a casual objection from your boss or even being fired isn't going to take you out. It's not like that's easy. But abiding by the truth isn't easy. The only thing, but it's a lot more preferable than abiding by falsehood. That's the problem, right? Of course, abiding by the truth isn't easy, obviously. But, what sort of devil do you let into your head if you abide by falsehood? And some of that might be just not saying what you have to say. And that's not just,